Rumble 2.0 to show us.
Good evening. Happy Friday. Hope you all had a peaceful and positive week. We're going to be getting into the show tonight rather quickly, actually, because guess what? Guess what? Guess what we got? Oh boy. Oh boy. Woo. We got three new documents to read. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, because every time I go to get on a show, I got to double check it, you know. Sitting here doing some work, I got to double check it, got to double check, got to double check, got to double check, got to ooh. 3. Oh yeah. What's up, everybody? We are going off mobile hotspot again tonight because it never got fixed. So I apologize in advance. Yeah, you know. Good evening, Jacqueline. DS, how you doing? Doodle, how you doing? Thank you for Hanging out the last few nights. What's up, Caddy? What's up, Kib Kitty? What's up, Kelly Miller? What's up, Melissa? What's up, Tracy? Yes, new documents. What's up, Caddy? Thank you for all your work behind the scenes. Appreciate it. I'll be having him on tomorrow. Architect. We're going to be talking Emily Noble at 4 o'clock Eastern. I'll be having Typically Unique, her and her husband, on the show tomorrow at noon Eastern. And then we'll be having our true crime show tomorrow night. So we got 3 shows for you tomorrow. Working 150. And we got a long show tonight. Oh, yeah, because we got 3 documents. We got some body cam. We got some grub truck. I'm thinking about opening up the phone lines. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Skittles? What is up? Thank you for hopping in. Renee, what's up? Yes, new docs. And the coffee is hot. What's up, Bianca? Ticket number 15. Thank you. Coffee is smoking hot. What's up, Katrina? We are ready to go. 3 new documents. Yes. All right. We have we'll turn that down a skosh. Oh, hold on a minute. I got to get my background when I read documents now. There we go. That's my reading document background. Okay, here we go. So we got defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery, stipulated motion to file exhibit, in order to file defendant's exhibit. So we got 3 of them to get into tonight. Yes. I know. You know what I'm saying, Bianca? I was just going to say the same thing. I was like, it's this. You know what I mean? The 8th. The 8th. Why is there 8? Why? So we'll go into that one first. We'll zoom it in for you. It's just 3 pages. Here's the link in chat so you can have it for yourself. I always like making sure everybody in the community, it's all about all of us together, right? We got to share this stuff. Okay. Defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery. Please take notice that the undersigned, pursuant to Rule 16 of the Idaho Criminal Rules, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments to the Constitution of the United States and Article 1, 2, 13, and 17 of the Constitution of the State of Idaho, requests discovery and inspection of all materials discoverable by defendant per Idaho Code. And the aforementioned constitutional provisions, including but not limited to the following information, evidence, and materials outlined in Exhibit G, dated this 12th day of October, 2023, Ann Taylor, Public Defender, Kootenai County. I hereby certify that a true and correct copy of the foregoing was personally served as indicated below on the 12th day of October 2023, addressed to Latah County Prosecuting Attorney via email, and Alyssa Massoff. Under seal with the court, Exhibit G. So there's that one. So let me see here. Let me go to my Discord and we will drop those. There's one for you. All right, we're going to go to the next one. And I'll let you know when I hit enter. Or wait, nope, I already put one in there. Okay. This one is the stipulated motion to file Exhibit G. Probably sealed. Okay. Probably sealed. Let's be real. Probably sealed. Stipulated motion to file Exhibit G attached to the defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery under seal. Comes now Brian C. Koberger through his attorney Ann C. Taylor, public defender, and hereby moves the court for an order to file Exhibit G of defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery under seal. The motion is made pursuant to Idaho Code, and the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals. It is necessary to preserve the right to a fair trial, and 3, disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy? What? No objection? What the? Hold on. We'll go back to that in a minute. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, we're going to go back to that in a minute. Yeah, we're going to go back to that one in a minute. We're going to read this one first. Order to file Defendant's Exhibit G attached to the defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery under seal. Here is this one right here. Here's the link to this. Okay. Interesting. The court, having before it defendant's stipulated motion to file Exhibit G attached to defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery under seal, and good cause appearing now, therefore, it is hereby ordered that the defendant's Exhibit G attached to their 8th supplemental request for discovery shall be filed under seal pursuant to Idaho Code. John Judge. So he allowed it to be under seal. We're going back to this stipulated motion to file Exhibit G. Interesting. All right, so here's this. What do you guys think? Did you guys, I mean... Something. Something just don't seem right. What? Okay, we're gonna read this. We're gonna read this slow here. Okay, his attorney hereby moves the court. Yeah. For discovery under seal. The reason that Ann C. Taylor and Koberger want to file Exhibit G of the defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery. They want to file it under seal because the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of the individuals. It is necessary to preserve the right to a fair trial, and 3, disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. You know what I wonder? I don't know. This is just an idea. You know, we've been talking a lot. We've been talking a lot about the exculpatory evidence. You know, we've been talking a lot about that there is exculpatory evidence. The defense has been asking over and over and over and over for the exculpatory evidence, and they're not giving it up. I'm wondering. This might be wild. This might be wild. I'm wondering if Bethany told somebody that she didn't see somebody that looked like Koberger or fit the description, and that person went to Ann Taylor and told her what the exculpatory evidence is. And I wonder if the reason that they want it under seal is because they don't want the person that did come forward to be in harm's way, or the witness herself. They interviewed BF, Tracy, and they also said that Bethany has exculpatory evidence. They admitted it. They said that she has evidence that goes both ways. She has evidence to point towards Koberger, but she also has exculpatory evidence that doesn't implicate Koberger. Did she see somebody else leaving the property that doesn't fit DM's statement? Is that why DM's statement was a statement that was used in the PCA and Bethany's wasn't? Is the reason why the defense was trying to talk to Bethany so bad because of the exculpatory evidence? And then once Bethany agreed and the defense was getting ready to go down there, and right before that happened, all of a sudden, swoop, grand jury. We can't let it get out that her description doesn't fit. And you know, I wonder if the exculpatory evidence is not the fact that it wasn't the same outfit or didn't match the Koberger description. I wonder if the exculpatory evidence was the fact that it was a frickin' female. I'm wondering if it was a frickin' female. Why in the hell would the Why in the hell? Right when Bethany agrees to talk to the defense is getting ready to go down there. Plane tickets purchased, suitcase is packed. And then you read this. What else? Think about it. What else would make sense, right? Just listen. I told you this. Now listen to these words again when we read this document, okay? Here's the link if you didn't get to grab it. Stipulated motion to file Exhibit G. Listen to these words. Brian C. Koberger, through his attorney Ann C. Taylor, moves the court for an order to file Exhibit G of the defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery under seal. They're offering Exhibit G. They want it under seal because it's for the 8th supplemental request for discovery. The reason they want it under seal is because the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals. It's necessary to preserve the right to a fair trial. Disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Does that not tell you that it could possibly be that exculpatory evidence? And it's a witness that made a statement or provided documents that, if not under seal, could threaten or endanger the life or the safety of that persons. What else does that tell you? What's up, Brooklyn? What's up, Caledonian? Something. I don't know. It just seems really odd to me. Wow. Crazy documents drop tonight. Crazy documents drop tonight. Especially this one. Under seal, and then you go to the next one. Everybody agrees. I mean, here, look, you go down to this at the bottom. This is the one we just read. Stipulated motion to file exhibit. Look who else signed it. No objection. Prosecuting attorney. They said, yep, let's seal that up too. Let's seal it up. Then it went to the judge, and the judge said, yep, sealed up. Sealed up. What's up, Lulu? If that was the case, Studabug, I don't think that they would be trying to I don't know. I don't think it has anything that it could. It could. I just don't have a hunch it has anything to do with that. I have a hunch it has everything to do with the exculpatory evidence. It's 2 weeks away. This court date is 2 weeks away. I think they're going to try and play another power move before this court date comes up. That's going to shock people. I don't know. Even a different car, right? They were not. I mean, we went to Moscow's list of people they are not in, they believe not to be involved. The delivery driver, the DoorDash driver is not on that list. Not on that list. This is an interesting document right here. What do you think? What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think is Exhibit G? What is Exhibit G to you? Let me ask you, what is Exhibit G? What is it? I want to see what you guys think. Type it in chat. I want to see what you guys think. What is Exhibit G? That contains documents or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of the individuals. Let me shrink that up a little bit. There we go. We'll get both pages in there. Let me scoot myself over to the side. That didn't help, did it? Son of a bitch. How about that? Jeez. All right. What's up, Don't Dive? I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. The testimony of BF. Phone video. What is Exhibit G? Digital evidence. Possibly the camera was on the tripod. That's weird part about person, unless it's a witness. We don't know that, people. Right, that's what I'm saying, Brooklyn. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, because, okay. Peep this. The defense was wanting so hard to get down there, right? Right? You guys remember. They were trying so hard to get down there. They had something set up with BF where they were going to talk to her. They were going to interview her. Getting all ready to go, and then all of a sudden, boom. Didn't happen, right? Who says that the defense hasn't reached out to some of the friends? Who says one of the friends doesn't have a screenshot, a phone conversation, a text thread, an email thread of a conversation where she admits something? The defense is wanted over and over and over and over and over. Now, when it comes to BF, if they had a statement, think about it like this, right? If they had a statement from BF that didn't match what was on the PCA, would she really be in danger? No. No. Why? Because most people think that it doesn't match, right? So why would she be in danger? Who would be in danger? Somebody that has proof of the exculpatory evidence from BF that offered it to the defense. She or he could be in danger. I don't think BF would necessarily be in danger if her exculpatory evidence got out. Think about it. Who would be in danger? Whose life? I'll go back to the words and I'll quote it again. The documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals. Disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. So again, what is Exhibit G? Prosecution, no objection. Defense, we want it under seal right away. The judge, boom, boom, boom. Would she really be in danger if she said that the description that she saw and the exculpatory evidence was a female? Would she be in danger? No. Why would she? Why would she? Who would be in danger? Somebody that has information from a witness that's not from the witness or being supplied from the witness and being used from the defense. Yeah, she would be in danger. Think about it. Who would be in danger? Somebody who knows something that's not supposed to or that shouldn't? That's why I'm saying I think it's somebody that has proof of something. When it comes to the exculpatory, you saw the pictures. She's out there partying, having a good time, living it up. You know, the glass with the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time, which live your life. But people talk. People talk. People talk. And I'm sure she talked. And I'm sure she said something to somebody or text something to somebody or had a conversation with somebody and somebody that was supposed to be her friend. But think about it. The defense was so eager to go talk to her, which they should be. And the rug was pulled underneath them from at the last minute. Why wouldn't they reach out to other people that knew her, other people that talked to her, other people that hang around with her? Because if she's going to be swept under the rug at the last minute, at least with what they could get out of it is maybe they could talk to some of her friends, right? It's what I think took place. It's what I think took place. Yeah, but I mean, it can be a lot of things. I don't know. It just the exculpatory evidence. I don't know. It could be. I just got this gut feeling it has something to do with BF and exculpatory. This is a humdinger. Right? Interesting documents. Interesting. All right. So let me see what we got going on, and we are going to get into the show. Thanks, everybody, for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate you. And let me see here. Just looking at my Twitter real quick. Okay, we went in with the Howard Bloom stuff earlier. Yeah, we're pretty good there. Went in with the Howard Bloom stuff. That's a joke. Why is grub truck? People are still in the grub truck. Innocent until. Let me see here. This is an interesting tweet. Okay. Oh. Thought it was showing it. You want me to read the document again? Why would an unaliver be so comfortable in a house with 6 people? Good point. But when the survivors seem to have been willing to stay in the home without help, I think it's more likely the unaliver took their time cleaning up and they helped. Just my opinion. They are extremely sus. Why would it be so comfortable in a house with 6 people unless they had help from... That's crazy. That's crazy. Some vent stuff. All right. Let's see if we have anything breaking, and then we're going to get in to the grub truck, the body cam. What's up, everybody hopping in? Oh, shoot. Hold on 1 second. I just missed it. Thank you, Kib Kitty. It could be something she said. Skittles, Bianca, Brooklyn, Don't Dive, and Oh Snap. Thank you, Kib Kitty. Joby. Thus the hoodie guy was born. All right, let's see if we got anything breaking coming out. Hold on. You guys are crazy. I mean, there's only really 2 lines of that document. What is Exhibit G? That's the biggest question. What the hell is Exhibit G? Okay, so let's see here. I'm not seeing anything breaking. Pretty uneventful day today. Got a lot of work done. We'll be going up to Delphi soon. Cover that. All right, I'm not seeing nothing. More Nancy Grace. Oh my gosh. Nancy Grace is all over the place right now. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. She never used to. I don't know. I always thought she used to be about facts. Now she just reaches on shit. I don't know. Maybe she's just losing it or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. All right. So, Harsh came out with another video about Ann Taylor. This is crazy. I'm wondering if it's regarding these documents. Let's see. Let's see. Is it working? Whoa. Is this? Oh no. That's something else. Coming to Idaho.
Are all well. Oh, it's that Friday feeling. TFI Friday. I love it. I love it. But what I am going to do today marks the last day that I'm going to tell you what day it is. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? I think ultimately it don't matter what day it is. As long as we're together and as long as you're looking amazing,
yeah,
I'm feeling amazing, and we're talking about things and we're being able to discuss things. We have this amazing community. Who gives a flying toss bag what day it is? So yeah, but with that in mind, this is video 2 of 2, and we're speaking about the defense, Bryan Kohberger's defense. Now, firstly, I want you to consider something. Some people have said some things. They've turned around and said, what has Ann Taylor really done for Bryan? Could it be that Ann Taylor, because ultimately she's all part of the same sort of college sorority system, could Ann Taylor be somebody who's inside the fence, pretending to be sort of, you know, searching for protecting her client, but ultimately she is a mole and she is actually working from the inside to steer this in the direction that Idaho wants it to go. I know that's a little bit of a tinfoil hat theory, but people are thinking it, because from the grander scheme of things, what has she done? What has she actually done? She has obviously reached out and requested different bits and pieces, and she's shown that she's very, very vigilant, and she wants this, she wants that, she wants the other. But she has very swiftly also managed to get Bryan Kohberger to waive his rights to a speedy trial, which has then ultimately given the prosecution more time. And what have we always said? We have always said that we feel that they have a weak case. They don't have anything more. They don't have anything. So if that's the case, then why would they have waived their right to a speedy trial? Why wouldn't they have just, if you know you're innocent and you know that there's exculpatory evidence on the peripheral somewhere, and you feel that all these things are true, you feel that they've buried exculpatory evidence, you feel that they've used a biased grand jury, you feel all these things are accurate, and you feel that their case is weak, there's no connection between Bryan and the victims whatsoever, then why waive your right to a speedy trial? Because you're saying that you need more time to, you know, go through the documentation and prepare yourselves. Why do you? Why do you? If you're innocent and you believe your client's innocent and the aforementioned, why not just go in and say, let's have it? Because we know you've got nothing.
That's interesting, right? Because remember when Steve come out and said, remember in the last, what's up, Crystal? Everybody else hopping in. Remember Moonvale, what's up? Remember when Steve was on that CBS program, right? Him and his wife were on the CBS program. And in some other interviews, they were saying that Steve was saying that how the prosecution and the defense seemed to be He said if it kept happening, he was going to say something, right? He was going to, he was going to say something. Remember? He was like, yeah, they sure are doing a lot of things. They're on the same path with a lot of things, and I'm not liking it. And he said, and if it keeps happening, I'm going to say something. Right, Crystal? That's what basically. Remember that? Remember Steve saying that? And when he said it, right? When he said it, I remember thinking to myself, like, no. And I said, yeah, it was odd that they didn't freaking, they don't care to have cameras in the courtroom. It was odd that they were kind of letting some things go or whatever. But I was like, it's a poker game. You give and you take, it's a chess match. That's crazy. I never really entertained that part of the idea about maybe. Because then, right, if you think about it like that, right, then, okay, well, that would make sense why she hurried up and swooped up BK before he was even in Idaho paperwork. Because remember when he got arrested? He got arrested at like 3, 4 in the morning. He got arrested at 3, 4 in the morning. They had the cleaning crew out there already early in the morning. And then after they were doing, or right before they were doing their press conference, a couple hours later, because it got bumped back. It got bumped back because the court was saying, hey, you need to slow down on this crimes cleanup. Put a halt to it. Because as soon as he got arrested, they're trying to get rid of that. So it was always like, damn, like I would want a public defender like that. I ain't even in Idaho frickin' paperwork, and this chick's already representing me. She's already shutting down the cleaning crew. She's already setting up a team to frickin' investigate everything. Like, wow. Like I didn't even have to board a plane yet. I didn't even have a ticket. And she was already taking control. Like, holy shit, hell yeah, who wouldn't want that, right? But then, what the fuck, man, if you think, like... I would hope not. I don't think so. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think she's been on the up and up. But damn, this is making me question shit. I'm going to make a poll. I'm going to ask you if you think Ann Taylor's working with the prosecution. I want to see what you guys say.
Go in and say, let's have it. Because we know you've got nothing. And we know with confidence that what you've got is wrong. And some people will say, look, they'd be foolish to do it. The legal system, the judicial system in the United States means that you have to prepare 100%. And that's the other side of the argument. That's the flip side of the coin. That yes, you should make sure that you do have all your ducks in a row. But ultimately, what can change? What's going to change here? The prosecution have what the prosecution have, and that is not likely to change unless they're given more time and they can build a better case in the event that the one that they currently have is weak, what some of us may believe it is. So time will only assist them. And the defense, again, the same thing stands for them. What can possibly change? Now, we are nearly a year down the track. Literally, what is the date to that? I don't know. We're about a month away from being a year, or 11 months a point. What can change? What's going to come out? Who knows? The Burler report, maybe. Where is the Burler report? I can't understand why the Burler report hasn't been done, because that will prove exactly where Brian Kohberger went in his car, where it was parked, how long it was parked there for, so on and so forth. And they do have that car listed on their site. You can go and check it yourself. That is burler.com. But look, is it that the prosecution have a weak case, or do they have a strong case? Are we waiting for them to trial by ambush, maybe? But from the defense perspective, what are they playing at? What are the defense doing? We have heard Ann Taylor come out and say that there is no connection between her client and the victims. She hasn't turned around and said that there's no connection between her client and the survivors, but she has turned around and said that there is no connection between her client and the victims. She has also questioned the car, and she has also stated that Brian Kohberger, as aforementioned, was not in the area at the time of the crime. But is that just games? Is she just trying to sway public opinion or throw a fly in the ointment because she knows that things like that will escape, they'll get out? Who knows? Obviously, in a few days' time, we're going to have this situation where they're looking to have the grand jury dismissed. And I believe they should dismiss the grand jury 100%. Grand juries are not the best way to do this. You are trusting the evidence that you have, or the information that you have. You're going to give it to a bunch of people who are not trained to interpret that evidence correctly. They only have one side of the argument, not both, just one. And they will have things that are hand-picked, that the prosecution, what law enforcement feel they need to get a conviction. That's about as biased as it gets. About as biased as it gets. And the states that have had grand juries stopped do so because of this, because of the way in which non-professional, non-skilled individuals are given information with a lack of understanding in how to process it. Also, the fact that you can have a bunch of people, but one of those people can take the lead, can take charge. So you have somebody within that jury pool who are the dominant people. They become the speaker. So even though you're saying that this is a jury of X amount of people, in fact, it's not. It's a jury of one person. It's actually one. And if that one person decides this person's guilty, and they are a strong enough character that they can convince everybody else, then that's it. These people aren't making individual decisions. They are trusting a stronger and more powerful, more dominant persona within the jury pool to make the decision for them, and they're going along with it. It's also been proven that grand juries and how social media is now, they are affected by that. They're affected by social media.
It's everywhere.
They do become biased. And again, this isn't me making this stuff up. This is the exact reasons why certain states no longer use them.
Oh, Lulu.
The preliminary hearing is the way to go. It is a way that everybody can put their information forward, and a judge can look at it and decide whether that is good enough, strong enough to go to trial. Let me know down below. Guilty, innocent, on the fence.
Damn, Melissa.
And Taylor playing games, or is she just telling the truth?
I want to see what you guys put. I'm interested. I'm just kind of looking at something real quick. Nah. We'll skip that one. Okay. So we're going to get into... One second here. We're going to get into some of the body cams. I was going to play one more video and then I changed my mind. Okay. Now, what the heck? All right. Actually, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What do you think about what he said? I would hate to think that Ann Taylor is, I don't know. The whole time, I thought Ann Taylor was on top of it. You know, just, hitting 100 every time. Like she was on top of it. I remember when she first took over BK, that was when I was like, whoa, he's not even in Idaho yet. Who is this lady? We looked her up. She had the credentials. It was like, oh shoot, this lady ain't gonna play around. We saw what she did before. We saw what she was doing before he was in Idaho. You put those two together, you're like, yeah, she's gonna be coming out, hitting homers. I don't know. I would hate to think that she's working with him. But I don't know. What do you... I don't think so. Yeah, Holly. Yeah, we watched something about that earlier. What goes around comes around. You know what I mean? She was out there a couple months ago talking about this. And it's like, yeah, okay, Nancy. I was like, Nancy, stop. Nancy, stop. Stop, Nancy. You don't think so, Moonvale? I don't think so, and I hope not. Neek's Peaks. I like Neek's Peaks. I didn't know they put out a video. Hold on a second. I didn't know Neek's Peaks put out a video. What do you guys want to watch first? Do you want to do Body Cam or Grub Truck? Let's check out Neek's Peaks. I like Neek's Peaks. It's a great icon photo, too. Ooh. The Misconduct. I think we watched it, didn't we? Oh, we might have been watching it and then the internet bugged out or something, huh? Let me see. Oh, yeah, we did watch this the other day. Betrayal. Yeah, I want to have her on the channel sometime. She's funny as hell. She's funny as hell. This is kind of interesting. Genesis rediscovery from the start, the beginning. Let's check this out. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this? Neek's Peaks. The beginning, Idaho student murders documentary. We watched the other one. I don't remember watching this one. Oh shoot, I still had Harsh up there. Come on, StreamYard. Damn. Come on. I don't remember watching this one. The beginning. I don't remember watching this one. Let's check this out. Hold on. She's funny as hell too. I'm probably be entertained. Let me know if you guys want to do grub truck or body cams after we check this out. Sneak peeks.
What's the deal in Moscow? Why has this become such a big deal?
We don't want a photo up there with the reward offering information. That kind of sounds like you're trying to like suppress the story. I mean, why do you not need help? But hey, I could be wrong. And your officers, I apologize if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I want to, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But Idaho.
This video contains intense and potentially disturbing content that may be unsettling for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
On November 16th,
3 days after the murders, the Moscow police held their first press conference.
We believe this was an isolated, targeted attack on our victims. We do not have a suspect at this time, and that individual is still out there.
After the November 13th murders, frustration swept over Moscow, Idaho.
Police still have no suspect, weapon, or motive.
No arrests have been made and no suspects identified by police.
Investigators are asking the
Kaylee
public
got
to be
Calvin's
patient.
hours before their deaths.
We know that these homicides occurred in the early morning hours of Sunday, November 13th.
Kaylee was killed alongside 20-year-old Xana Kernodle, a junior, 21-year-old senior Madison Mogan, and 20-year-old freshman Ethan Chapin. Their bodies were found inside this home on Sunday, across from the campus. Officials said there was no evidence of forced entry into the home. Police say the four arrived home after 1:45 a.m. Sunday, but were killed in the early morning hours. There were no calls made to 911 until noon that day. Though no weapon has been located, Moscow Police Chief James Fry said all four victims were killed with a knife.
Hauntingly, they say a surviving roommate thought she heard crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask. The man walked past as she stood in frozen shock. She locked herself in her room.
That one of the surviving victims was located on the same second floor as two of the victims, not the half basement on the first floor, as was initially reported. Adding insult to injury, the affidavit detailed that the survivor checked for sounds, cries, and voices 3 times during the ordeal. It named her as a key witness who saw a man dressed entirely in black. However, it failed to provide any detailed description of his attire. How was the black clothing styled? What material was it made of? A lack of eye color description. The woman reportedly saw the man's bushy eyebrows clearly, implying his eyes were not covered by a mask. The affidavit merely noted that the man had an athletic build and bushy eyebrows.
The second update here was a plea for patience, saying they told us as much as they can at this point. So here's a breakdown of everything they have told us. Just before noon on Sunday, police got a call for an unconscious person. When they showed up, they found the 4 bodies of University of Idaho students. Again, police now say they think, quote, an edged weapon like a knife was used in the killing. They did not find a weapon at the scene, and they do not have a suspect.
The scene wasn't chaos, the neighborhood, but it was very, very somber. Like I said, that is a community of college students that live over there. Many of them, through word of mouth, knew what had happened. They were standing outside. There was a lot of crying. There were friends trying to find out who exactly was inside the house. Some family members that arrived on scene.
This was a targeted attack. Why not tell the public who was targeted? If it was multiple people, it would go a long ways to telling the public what you're looking for and who you're looking for, the type of person you're looking for. Why not do that to alleviate some of the fears out there in the community?
Well, first and foremost, we have the integrity of the investigation to preserve.
Of course you do.
We feel like that information is integral to us and how we conduct our investigation. Releasing that to the public may or may not flood us with a lot of information.
This is a little documentary from Neek's Peaks, the beginning, the Idaho student crime. And of course, it's the integrity of the investigation. That's why they couldn't release any information to try and apprehend the suspect or get to the suspect quicker because, that goes against the integrity of the investigation. What's up, Typically Unique? How you doing?
And that's not relevant or specific to what we're looking at. So we do want more information, but we don't want to put our investigation in jeopardy by releasing what we have. There's always a balance between what you're willing to release versus what you're trying to gather. We told the public very clearly from the beginning that we're looking for a knife. We've told the public very clearly from the beginning that we believe it was a targeted attack. To be honest,
you're going to have to trust us on that at this point. To be honest, you're going to have to trust us on that at this point because we're not going to release why we think that.
Ooh. I like.
It reads in part, I am coming from Idaho, so I am not with the area, so open.
And if you remember, they also stated that there was one dumpster that they weren't able to get to because the trash had already been taken and dumped by the time they got there. Only 2 out of 3. That's why there's only 2. 2 out of 3. One of them didn't get collected in time.
We had 4 detectives and 24 patrol officers from the Moscow Police Department, 22 investigators, 20 assigned agents, and 2 behavior analysis unit investigators from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and 20 investigators, a public information officer, a forensic services team, and 15 uniformed troopers from the Idaho State Police, a mobile crime scene analytical unit. Yet, none of these professionals managed to prevent the 2 garbage cans from mixing with the neighbors. Just when you thought it.
Right there. Moscow, Idaho police allowed a trash can that was outside the murder scene to be collected before searching it, causing the contents to be mixed up with the neighbor's trash.
But it couldn't get any more chaotic. What's that? 3 garbage trucks rolled in like a convoy of tanks, ready to haul away the dumpsters. And just like that, our dear team and evidence are rolling down the street.
This morning, a new search area is the focus of the investigation 9 days after the bodies of 4 University of Idaho students were found brutally murdered in their shared off-campus home. Police temporarily expanding the crime scene, blocking off this wooded area and parking lot behind the house.
There's the booties.
It's been me and the families pushing that agenda, and that's been really difficult.
You found the video of your sister and her roommate at the food truck?
I was tipped off to that video on Sunday.
And when you gave it to the police, you didn't like how they handled it?
I won't necessarily say that. I will say I think that they're probably processing a lot of information, and they, basically just said, thank you. But I never really heard any follow-up on that. I did wind up getting in contact with someone a few days after Sunday, and I was able to provide more of a timeline that I had created. And it did seem like they needed more video of that food truck. So I provided that then as well. So that was a little frustrating. But again, there's so many agencies involved here. I can't say I necessarily blame them.
You were curious about one of the men that you saw in the video and you tracked him down?
Yeah, I think a lot of people were curious about that person. We were able to identify him. And as far as I know, he has cooperated with the police. And that's all that I know about that.
There are 2 obvious concerns about what happened here. The first one is there were other people in the house. Right. And there's only really one scenario I can think of, which is that people were asleep when they were attacked. That would have made it anything that could be close to quiet. Mm-hmm. What does it mean to you that 2 other people were in the house? Do you know them? Have you spoken to them?
Yeah, I do know who they were. I have not spoken to them. They were my sister's roommates. Obviously, I knew who she lived with. But I'm thankful that we didn't lose more lives here. And I'm thankful that hopefully there is good information to be found there with police officers and with, interviews that will give us a good leg up. And I'm hoping that news breaks soon because we still just don't have that.
The authorities, the police today had a press conference that you didn't know about. That happens sometimes, especially when you have a small police force that's a little overwhelmed. They said there could have been multiple assailants. I don't know how there couldn't have been. Unless everybody was dead asleep, I don't know how one person stabs that many people and kills all of them without there being a struggle and but we don't know much about the scene. I do know this, Olivia. You're processing a lot right now.
I was notified shortly after law enforcement was called to the scene, but I didn't actually go there for several hours. because they're the ones who have to look for the evidence and take
And
the
we watched
pictures
this.
and videos from the scene.
Right.
So I think they would have more information than I would about that.
Huh.
The coroner typically assumes immediate control of a body upon discovery, often staying on site for extended periods, even a full day, to collaborate with the police. This practice is particularly prevalent in small towns where the coroner's experience often surpasses that of the police. However, in this instance, not only was there an initial delay in reporting the crime, but the coroner further compounded this delay by taking hours to arrive and allowing Moscow PD to manage the bodies without her presence. This double delay could significantly affect the outcome of the investigation.
Can you tell me, when you say that they might have been sleeping, were they found in beds?
Yes.
Her statement is also in contrast to the arrest affidavit. Quote, "As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Kernodle's, laying on the floor." End quote.
Were these sort of, individual lethal stab wounds that may have been less in number but more in lethality?
There were multiple stab wounds, yes, on them. So, and
were there? Go ahead.
And most of them had just like one that was the lethal stab. Most of them had just like one that was the lethal stab wound. That was the lethal stab wound. Yes.
Can you describe what that one might have been?
But they were to the fatal ones were to the chest area or the upper body area.
Were there, and I only ask this because it sometimes determines what kind of a crime this was, a crime of passion, a random crime, a fight, a struggle. Was there, were any of them slashed? Were any of their necks cut? Or were these all puncture wounds?
Well, it was a pretty large knife, so it's really hard to call them puncture wounds. And they were definitely stabbings. And it has to be somebody that's pretty angry in order to stab 4 people to death.
I believe her confusion regarding incised versus puncture wounds could be attributed to the knife's size, shape, and the potential for lacerations and bruising resulting from the insertion of a large, jungle-style knife. The professional terminology used in forensics to describe this situation would be a composite wound. This term encompasses the combination of incised, puncture, laceration, and bruising elements that can occur when a large knife is inserted or used in a particular manner.
Olivia Gonzalez isn't waiting for police. She's tracking down her own leads to find her sister Kaylee's killer.
We're not getting any answers, and we're not going to settle for that.
It was Olivia who found the potentially crucial video of her sister and Madison Mogen at a food truck just hours before they were murdered. She also tracked down their Uber driver.
I found neighbors' Ring camera footage so that I can verify that the Uber driver took her home.
She's also raising questions about why her sister called a young man named Jack multiple times the night she was slain.
At 2:26 a.m., Kaylee starts to call Jack. Kaylee calls Jack 6 times between 2:26 a.m. to 2:44 a.m.
Gosh, I give you a lot of credit. You're almost like a detective here, putting all the pieces together.
Can you tell us anything about that?
We love Jack. Absolutely love Jack. We stand behind Jack 1,000%. Jack was Kaylee's boyfriend for many years. They just recently broke up. There was no animosity at all. It was a breakup on Kaylee's point. It was not, they still talk every single day. Kaylee just thought that she needed a little break. They were on the mend of getting back together. Kaylee talked to Jack the whole time. She was here for that week and a half.
One of her last messages, she reached out to Jack and said, "Jack, get back to me." And he didn't. She goes, "We share a dog together," which they did. She's like, "You need to reach out to me." So
please come over. He was wanting Jack to come over. Jack is not. They're wasting their time with Jack, and Jack is just as distraught as we are. Jack is our family. Jack is 100%, 2,000% our family, and Jack is with us. and we stand behind him 100%. We're supporting him, and we know in our hearts and our minds and our souls, in the depths of our souls, Jack is hurting.
I know it's semantics, but my sisters got home at 1:56. It wasn't 1:45. I know it might not seem significant, but when we're looking for camera, when we're looking for dash footage, when we're looking for any of those things, I do feel that it is valuable, and they did get home at 1:56. It was not 1:45.
Right.
Describe what is happening at the residence camp.
Yeah, tomorrow, me and my command team and other individuals will be going in to box up personal belongings of the people that live there. And we're going to be getting those items back to the families. But at that point in time, we were ready to start that process. And then court, like I said, someone from the court asked us to stop that process. So we did. And we'll continue to do as we're asked there, and we'll start the cleanup as soon as we can.
Why would the court want that process stopped? Or,
you know, it could be many reasons. Could be for the defense counsel. It could be that they just want to hold it for a little bit.
so it will remain under guard. Should we refer to it as an active crime scene?
It's still our crime scene at this point. Will still be under.
Okay. I think because of this community, it's a small community, is a fact. 7 weeks almost, all these internets. So we've had Hoodie Guy, we've had the Jacks under suspicion, we've had a professor under suspicion.
Up then me that will need to make those decisions, but I suppose that is a possibility.
Also the house, the heat has had to stay on. I heard that it needs a new furnace, and I mean, who is footing the bill for keeping the heat on?
Honestly, I don't have an answer to that question.
In the shack, and you can see the security guard in there all day. There's also a porta potty for them as well, just to make sure that nobody trespasses on this property, nothing happens to it. I also want to show you, Julia, the growing memorial. You know, this has been here from day one after this happened, but there are some new items. Dealing with graduation, these are students. Santa, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee were to graduate, and they received their degrees post-mortem, and this was there's a graduation bear there. This was something that was a big deal, especially for the victims' families.
I really can't explain it to you. It seems very commonsensical. What a privilege it is to the University of Idaho to be able to just demo the place and move on. That's not something the victims' families or even the community has the opportunity to do. But they've taken this stance where we want to know what you think, but then we don't really want to listen to what you think if it doesn't agree with our line of what we want to do with the house. So it's beyond me, and it's beyond the families, the Gonzalez family in particular, about why they're demoing the house, why they're moving so fast. I think we've expressed, over and over again to them that it's important to just keep the house there just in case someone needs it. And then when the trial's over, do whatever you want with it.
Donation of $1 million from the state of Idaho. This infusion of funds, paired with the redirected department's yearly budget and a series of federal donations, was supposed to enhance their investigative power. Yet various reports have painted a picture of a department pushed to its limits, despite the financial bolstering. A notable turn of events occurred when the defense attorney, during one of her numerous motions, requested the court to mandate the prosecution to finalize the discovery process. She pointed out a significant discrepancy concerning the handling of police tips, which appeared to be haphazardly scattered across various files without any clear order.
It's an adjustment trying to get resources in place and then get a system that worked for everybody. The FBI got involved almost immediately, and the FBI, the Idaho State Police, and the Moscow Police Department all have a little bit different way of doing things, and that's okay, but when you're working collectively, you have to put a system in place that starts information flowing and you can handle it in a logical manner. So they were very, very good at helping us set up their virtual command post. And then once everything was in place, it became a very, very systematic method of processing the information that was coming in. Investigative and interview teams in the northern part of Idaho, the southern part of Idaho, the eastern part of Idaho, resources from the Salt Lake City FBI office, the Coeur d'Alene FBI office, analysts back in Virginia, and the number of people that have flown here or driven here from great distances to just lend their specialty to this investigation. We have the FBI's command post in our parking lot, and we hooked them up to Wi-Fi, and everything that they would normally do down in Salt Lake City, they're doing right here in our parking lot. So the team effort has been amazing. It's been overwhelming at times, but there are so many people with so much expertise. Somebody always steps up and takes the role that needs to be filled.
It's a good video.
Hi.
Hello. Good video.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, I don't know because I don't do criminal law, but I actually think that Ann Taylor probably didn't want the jury going in there and having the prosecution say, and Mr. Koberger traveled through here and there, and like giving some kind of visual image of what occurred with Koberger in that house. And the more you distance Koberger from the house, the better it is. If there's no house, you can't take the jury there. You can't have them imagine Koberger being there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I mean, I don't know if that was her reasoning.
It might be my internet because it was kind of glitchy. I was having internet problems. Am I bugging out? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Can everybody? Because I didn't really hear too much of what you said. It was kind of glitchy, and I don't know if it was my internet connection or what, because I was having internet issues. I was having internet issues this morning.
I was
I'm running off a mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They say
I'm
they
running
can
off
hear.
a mobile hotspot.
They say they can
Okay.
hear.
What were you saying again?
Sorry.
About
I was
Ann
saying.
Taylor?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
could hear you. It just got glitchy.
Okay. Is it glitchy now?
It doesn't sound glitchy right now. It did.
Okay. All right. So one of the things I thought about, and like I said, I don't practice criminal law, but if one of the things I thought about was that maybe Ann Taylor doesn't want the jury to go in there and have the prosecution say, yeah, Brian Koberger, Mr. Koberger walked through here, walked through there, went through, and giving the jury an image of him, in the house. And I would think that Ann Taylor would want to
I'm
distance.
sure they could.
Yeah, I would maybe Ann Taylor wanted to distance Brian Koberger from that house. That way, if it didn't exist, the jury can't go over there and picture him in that house. And I don't know. That's just what I thought, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because they could. I mean, with the PCA, they're good at storytelling. You know.
Oh yeah, and that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, they were already good at storytelling in the PCA. They got all these people to like, warrants and no bonds and all sorts of this. So I'm sure they're going to be good at storytelling. I don't know. I would. I don't know. Usually, I would think that they would want the house to still be there, especially the defense if he's claiming he didn't do it.
Well,
I mean, I'm not saying it's the first time that a lawyer went with it, but
well,
I don't know.
It is, and from the family standpoint, and I know this from my cases, whenever the defense and I agree on something, sometimes the clients are like, wait, what's going on? And so I can understand in this case, the families might think like, why are they agreeing to this? Like, the prosecution is agreeing with the defense about tearing down the house. It's like, they might question that, but I'm just speculating as to why, if I put myself in Ann Taylor's mind, I'm thinking, oh no. Yeah, the prosecution is just going to walk people through there and tell them that Brian Koberger entered through these doors, and they'll probably take videotape, and the jury's just going to imagine it. And maybe that's why. I don't know.
So them imagining it would make it worse, where they're actually picturing it more in their mind than if they would have if they're being told it in a trial. I could
Or
see
if they're
that.
being walked through the house, if they're being walked.
Yeah, that's what I
let's say
mean.
they went. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was agreeing with. Yeah. Instead them walking in the house instead of being told, just in the courtroom. Yeah, I was comparing both of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the only thing that I can think of as to why she would agree to it, unless. And also, there must not have been anything in there that would clear Brian.
Well, she already went in there when he first was arrested.
Yeah.
So maybe she didn't think there was anything that would be relevant. Or also she wanted it to be demolished as soon as possible so the trial could get over as soon as possible too.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it was a speed up to it to get it, because I don't know, I have a feeling they're going to be pulling some funky stuff here soon with these documents that came out.
What? Wait, did new documents come out?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Oh, geez, I'm so behind.
Here, we'll read one of them.
Exhibit G, Kelly Miller
I'll
says.
let you read it.
Huh?
Yeah, I want to know what you think Exhibit G is, Yolie. Okay.
Well, first of all, it's Exhibit G to what? Is there a motion?
You'll see what you'll read it. You'll read it, and then you can answer the question. I'm gonna send you here. I'll let you read them, okay? And you tell me which one you're reading. I'll display it. Are you able to read it from email while you're on?
No. So
or do you need me to? You need me to display it on the? Can you read it on the screen if I display it?
I can read it on the screen. Yeah, I just have to move my camera a little
All
bit.
right. Okay, hold on.
You see that? Jeez.
Let's see here. I will get rid of us and I will zoom it all the way in, okay? Okay, zoomed all the way in. Okay, so this is defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery, okay? So it's a bunch of, mumbo jumbo. So you can read it out loud if you want. Wait till you
Okay.
get to the next one.
Hang on, let me get my
You want
glasses.
me to zoom it in more? Here, I can zoom it in more, like right there. There we go.
Okay, it says, please take notice that the undersigned, pursuant to Rule 16 of the Idaho Criminal Rules, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments to the Constitution of the United States and Article 1, Section 1, 2, 13, and 17 of the Constitution of the State of Idaho, requests discovery and inspection of all materials discoverable by defendant per LCR and the 16B18. The aforementioned constitutional provisions, including but not limited to the following information, evidence and materials outlined in Exhibit G. So yeah. All right. Now, is this Exhibit G? Oh, stipulated
Yeah,
motion
we're
to
good.
file
Yeah, yeah.
Exhibit G. Okay. Do you want me to read it?
Under seal. Okay.
Oh,
Under
it's under
seal.
seal. Shit. Okay.
They want it under seal. Right? Okay. Check this out. Go ahead.
Okay, comes now Brian C. Koberger by and through his attorney Ann C. Taylor, public defender, and hereby moves the court for an order to file Exhibit G of defendant's 8th supplemental request for discovery under seal. So this is Brian Koberger wanting it under seal. It says this motion is made pursuant to LCAR 3212D and E. And LC section 74 through 124(1)B and C, because 1, the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals. 2, it is necessary to preserve the right of a fair trial. And 3, disclosures would constitute an unwarranted invasion of privacy. Wow.
What does that mean to you, Yolie? What is Exhibit G? I think, and this is a long shot, I think Bethany had a conversation with somebody and somebody has a record of it, and that's the exculpatory evidence.
You know, it's really, I mean,
and they're going to protect her.
Yeah.
Why?
Is it the 8th or the 7th request?
The 8th. The
8th.
8th. And why would they be worried that think about this, Yolie. If it was BF's testimony, right? The exculpatory evidence, why would they be worried about her being threatened or endangered? They wouldn't. Because we all think, half of us think that she has exculpatory evidence that doesn't match the description of Koberger, and that's why it's exculpatory. So why would anybody feel that she would be in danger?
But you see, they failed to put that in the PCA. So, okay, so if you are doing a PCA, I would think that based on the interviews that you took, you'd have to disclose that in the PCA that, BF stated such and such and such, to give the judge an opportunity to weigh.
They only have to put in what they want to put in. They don't have to put in everything. If that's why they didn't put in BF's statement, because it didn't fit with Koberger.
Right. So now they have to turn over BF's statement.
So they've been after the exculpatory evidence the whole time, right? They even had an agreement from BF that they were going to sit down and interview her and talk to her, and at the last minute the rug got pulled from underneath of them, and all of a sudden they were like, shit, we had all this stuff ready to go, we got to get something for all this work. And I bet that's when they reached out to friends, and a friend had some kind of record that's not considered hearsay to the exculpatory evidence, and the defense keeps asking about it because they want to know, is this the exculpatory evidence? That's who they need to protect. That's who might get threatened or endangered. Somebody that knows information that's not supposed to know the information.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense, but this whole case is very creepy. I mean, when you have people's safety and, privacy of other people, and when she says number 3, disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of privacy, that leads me to believe that there are other things. And just as an example, if one of the housemates was having some kind of relationship with somebody that she wasn't supposed to be, and was at the house and took off when these things started happening with the unalivings, maybe that person is a witness, but because she was with somebody who she shouldn't have been with, that's sometimes when they will say they seal it because it's an invasion of their privacy. So I don't know. I mean, it could be that, or it could be something different.
What do you mean? Like, give me a scenario of what? Give me a scenario of that.
Okay.
Even if the name is Bobby or Sue.
Okay, so let's say Sue, this is a hypothetical. Let's say Sue was at the house and Sue was 18 or 19, and she was having an affair with a police officer. Okay. And while she's over 18, the police officer might have a wife. The police officer might have some privacy issues that need to be protected. So if Sue was with somebody like a police officer or somebody else whose privacy you need to maintain, then sometimes they will file that under seal, because the whole goal of getting the information is to get the information without being fearful of repercussions. So that's kind of like where I'm going with it, but so that's what that could mean.
Interesting.
And so when we talk about the other 3 unknown DNA samples, immediately what I thought was, he said they weren't qualified to be updated to the database or to be, analyzed by the database or whatever he said. I was thinking, so why? Because they're law enforcement? I mean, that's immediately what I thought. I don't know if that's true or not, but you have to not ignore the fact that these girls were beautiful, and you have these cops coming around, these macho cops coming around And
Taking photos of their ID and their phone
oh yeah,
numbers, and yeah,
and you also have instances
interesting.
in other states like Washington where females were doing things to get out of trouble, and so I don't know. So I have my own thoughts, and I'm not going to say concretely that happened because I don't know. But when I see that thing about privacy, so let me see. It says the documents contain facts or statements, and then it goes, okay, the fair trial. Yeah, okay, the fair trial. But disclosure would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. So whose privacy? It has to be a third party. Because it can't be the defendant's privacy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Third party.
It's a
gotta
third party.
be. But we got two different. We're both on the third party kick, but we got two different angles. That's very interesting. Like, I never thought about that. Very possible too. Very possible.
And it's also possible that it's something that BK doesn't want to come out, but more likely than not, when I see that language.
So why would he want it sealed?
I don't know.
Right? Why would BK want it sealed?
I don't know. But that was what Tracy Dane
That's
was
what
saying.
makes me think it's That's what makes me think it has something to do with BF. It has something to do with the exculpatory evidence. It has something to do with them having a statement, maybe not from BF, because they went to go get a statement from BF and the rug was swept from underneath of them. I think they got a statement from somebody else, and that's who they need to protect.
Yeah,
that's why they had to. This is why they had to offer Exhibit G under seal, so that way they could try and get the request for discovery of said thing that's under seal. But I think it's they want confirmation of the exculpatory evidence. They're tired of fucking around. They're tired of asking. They're saying, look, we want our frickin' shit. This is the 8th time. We're 2 weeks away. Give us our shit. I don't know. I just got this weird feeling it has to do with the exculpatory. Definitely third party, but I don't see why BK and the whole LE thing totally. I mean, hell, when we watch these body cams, you'll get the same kind of feeling, right? You will. But why would BK be so worried about his ass being exposed? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I don't
Maybe
think
somebody that can prove his innocence, but not some LE that was having a fling on the side of his wife. He wouldn't care about
he
that.
wouldn't care.
He would care about He would care about somebody that has evidence of the exculpatory evidence that'll set him free. Damn straight, he cares 150.
Yeah, because
not about some dude cheating.
Yeah, so eventually, what's under seal will have to come to light in a trial, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, 2 years from now probably. Sucks.
Yeah, but yeah, so there's a lot of things that I think about when I see those three things, especially the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger, people. That's kind of, I mean, I guess criminal attorneys see that all the time if they do like cases involving drug dealings and stuff like that, mainly drug dealings, I think. But the other one, the third one, is what I think.
Thank you, Trey.
I think the third one about the privacy leads me to believe there's a third party.
For sure. 100%. Because I don't like I was saying when I read it, they're not. They don't need to protect BF if she came out and said, that this is the evidence. It's exculpatory. They're not gonna. It just didn't make sense to me. It is
So
third
why do you
party.
think
It's
they
gotta
used
be.
it? Yeah, why do you think they used Dylan and they didn't use Bethany? Because Bethany.
Because it's okay. Because Dylan's statement fit BK.
Right, but
It fit their narrative.
but
I don't think
BF.
BF's. I don't think her statement had anything to do with Koberger.
No, but
That's why it wasn't used.
BF might, well, if I remember correctly, and there's so much in this case that I could be not remembering correctly, but I thought it was BF. Somehow I heard this. There was a man running naked from the house.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know if it came from Bethany, but there is definitely a third party who is not Bethany, whose privacy is at stake.
Yeah. No, you look at DM's statement, even DM's statement, you don't know if it's the first, second, or third interview. You don't know if it was suggested questions with just a yes as a response. You don't know.
It's not her words.
And
she did not write
it's
a declaration.
suspicious. No, I'm saying the bushy eyebrows, the clad in black. That's what I'm referring to in the PCA. Those is what she supposedly confirmed. That's why it's in the PCA. So what I'm saying is that, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that those could have been suggested. Did they have skinny eyebrows? No. Did they have thick eyebrows? I don't know. Did they have bushy eyebrows? Sure. Yeah. Okay, bushy eyebrows. Were they the same height as you? Were they taller or shorter? I don't know. Same height. Okay, how tall are you? 5'10". Okay, 5'10". That's what I'm saying. That's what could have been in the freaking PCA. Now, maybe BF's statement, like you were just saying, there was a naked man running out the window, if that's what the statement was. Who says it matches Koberger? There's a reason it wasn't used in the frickin' PCA. Because if they had a statement, just like if they had a license plate, okay? If they had a statement like they had a license plate, it would have been in the PCA. Let's be clear.
Of course.
Because if you have two statements, that's even more of a powerful PCA, no? If you have a license plate, that's a powerful PCA. They didn't put a license plate in there. They didn't put a second witness in there. What does that tell you? It tells me that that person's witness statement did not match what was in the PCA. That's why they didn't use it. And that's why it's considered exculpatory, because it doesn't match what they're trying to spin. And that's why I think the defense wants this person under seal and protected, because they have the evidence that is going to prove Koberger's innocence.
Yeah. That
because
makes
of that
total
statement.
sense.
Because the statement is going to create enough doubt in court to a jury where they're going to say, we have two statements. One person says one thing, another person says another. I don't know beyond a reasonable doubt if this person committed these acts. Mistrial.
And Dylan,
not guilty.
And Dylan, if she's going to be the star witness and she's going to have to turn around when they say, who did you see? Is he here in the courtroom? She's going to have to turn around and point to Koberger and say, that's him.
Uh-oh.
And then the cross-examination is going to be, the cross-examination is going to be.
Is it me?
So tell me all the reasons why you think it's him. Because he had bushy eyebrows.
Sorry, it was bugging out. I didn't know what you were saying. Sorry. I didn't hear what you were saying. I don't know if it's
Yes.
my connection or yours. It was getting glitchy again.
Maybe it's mine,
I
but can people hear me okay?
do you guys if you can ask me again, because I know you were saying something, but I couldn't understand.
Okay, can you hear me
I
now?
think they gave false info. Yeah, it's getting buggy again. Dang it. Stupid internet. It's on my end too. My end, your end, everybody's on. I wonder if there's something happening.
Well, Kim Kitty says she
You
can
can
hear us
hear us
both.
both? 'Cause yeah. Maybe it's my connection then.
Okay, well, I'll say it
I don't
again.
know. They say they can hear both of us. Yeah, go ahead and ask me again.
So I don't know if it was a question, but what I was saying is that Dylan is going to have to be in court as a star witness, and they're going to say, is the person that you saw in the house that walked by you, is that person in this room? And she's going to have to turn around and point to Koberger, yes. And they're going to ask her, who was that person? And she's going to point to Koberger. Okay, then defense is going to say, tell me all the reasons why you believe who you saw was Koberger. Bushy eyebrows. By then he'll have them all trimmed, right? What else?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. How can you say, where have you seen those? Do you see those bushy eyebrows in court? Yes, in the
joke.
blue tie, Your Honor.
It's a
You know,
joke.
like, no.
It's a total joke.
I think BF's statement is something that doesn't match what they've been putting out. It's as simple as that. And I think these papers have to do with that. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
No, I
I'm
think
not
they
at the
have
water
to do with
cooler.
that. I think
That's
they have
just
to
my
do with that.
opinion.
But I think the main reason, in my opinion, for this sealed Exhibit G is mainly because of the first one, that people might be in danger, and the third one. I don't think the second one really kind of plays into this, but it's something they probably threw in there. But the first and third reasons seem to be the reasons probably why they put Exhibit G under seal. And Exhibit G is just the request, that's what they're wanting, right?
I don't know. I took it as Exhibit G was a document or statement that was being offered to the court under seal to prove why they should have the request for discovery. Judge, we want this information. This is why we want the information. Here, you can have it, Judge. Tell us why we shouldn't have this information from the prosecution. They're like, look, and this is why I think it has something to do with somebody that has record of a conversation that shows or proves what the exculpatory evidence is. And I think that statement or document was under seal, given to the courts to prove why they should be getting their request for discovery, the information, what they want, what they've been wanting. Here you go. Here's the frickin' proof. We've been holding on to it long enough. You guys, we're 2 weeks away. Here's the proof. Come on.
Well,
Give it to us.
I'm thinking
Yeah, we read all three.
I'm thinking I might be misremembering it, but it said
I could be going way out there.
We seek the information in Exhibit 3 that what's in Exhibit 3 is what they're seeking. But I may be wrong. I may have misread it.
Which document?
It would be the 8th.
The first one?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Right here. 1 second. Let me share it real quick.
Let me get my glasses.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, it says.
Here, let me zoom it in for you. There
It's
we
a
go.
request discovery of the. Okay, so here, State of Idaho requests discovery and inspection of all materials discoverable by defendant, blah, 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 and go to the second page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The aforementioned constitutional provisions, including but not limited to the following information, evidence, and materials outlined in Exhibit G. So to me, it sounds like they are asking for the information that is in Exhibit G.
Made discoverable.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I didn't hear you.
But not limited to the following information, evidence, and materials outlined. What is Exhibit G?
Well, I think Exhibit G is a list of things that they want that they're not getting.
So what is the things that would threaten or endanger someone's life or safety?
Statements. Okay, my internet is going crazy. Hold on.
Did he hop like crazy? Mm. No
No.
objection. No objection. Oh, man. Yeah, those just came out of nowhere. I checked right before I got on the show tonight. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, so it's the 8th request.
8th?
So I wonder if some of those materials are overlapping what was requested before and wasn't given.
Two weeks away. I'm wondering if it's even gonna, if that's even gonna be stuck. I'm wondering if it's gonna get pushed back again.
Don't say that.
For real.
I'm going to take that day off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be live no matter what, no matter where I'm at. I'll be live for sure.
Oh, typically, Unique, it's the motions to dismiss the grand jury indictment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I sure hope
they're gonna
it
want
doesn't.
more time. They're gonna want more time.
Who's going to want more time?
The prosecution.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna want more time to, you know, come up with a reason or supply whatever they're asking, you know, just to drag it out even more.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's even gonna stick.
If it's a what?
That's why I'm wondering if it's even gonna stick.
Well, if it's anything like my
The
case,
date.
it's...
Yeah. That's why I think maybe it might just get bumped back again.
Yeah.
If they're doing this, there's something going on in the background. There's and to be 2 weeks away, I
Well,
wouldn't be surprised if the day or two before it gets changed.
yeah, maybe I shouldn't take that day off.
No, take it off. You should. No, you should. You should, because listen, that date was already changed from another date before it got, so you would think that it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't have thought that something like this would have dropped 2 weeks before that court
Yeah.
hearing's supposed
So-
to take place. So
So maybe it's the defense that's going to say, we need this information.
yeah, they're holding the prosecution to the fire. I mean, how many times have we seen them request and ask for things and the prosecution just can't come up with a date, or says they don't have it, or says it's not qualified, or
Yeah.
we just don't know. Like it.
See,
This
and
is another thing that.
Yeah. Yeah. In civil cases, they would get sanctioned for not producing things by a certain date. I don't know how it is in criminal cases. Yeah.
Does anybody have that video of that Banfield video where
Oh,
the
gosh.
coroner was on there? That she was the video we were watching on that Neeks Peaks video. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where Banfield was kind of like putting her in a situation where she was actually Banfield should have been quiet a couple times, because that lady was starting to talk, and then Banfield said something and the lady stopped. But then Banfield would stop, and then the lady, she kept going. So I'm like, I wonder. I bet you she says a lot in that one, and I don't remember seeing that one. I tried looking it up. I saw something about Kaylee's mom. Coroner gave graphic details to the sister. But we're gonna watch some of that body cam tonight too.
Yeah. I'm interested.
See how
in
they
that.
treat him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you made a good point. I just don't see how they'd want to protect prolonging it over and over. What purpose does that even have for prosecution? Because the more they drag it out, the longer it takes for you to find out. The longer they drag it out, the more time they have to come up with a rebuttal.
And burnout. People get burned out by the case, and they start losing interest because it's just dragging and dragging and dragging. And the impact is less sometimes, not all the time.
And they'll settle.
Or they'll do a plea
I'm
deal
sure
or something.
you deal with that a lot, right? They drag shit out so long that people just kind of like, oh, fine. Is that how?
Yeah.
For the
Well, it
when
didn't
it settles.
it didn't used to be that way before COVID. Before COVID, there was a trial date, and you could reasonably expect to go to trial on a trial date. And that would put pressure on the defense to settle. But now, especially in the Inland Empire, not necessarily, well, I guess even Orange County and LA County, they're still backed up with criminal cases because they closed down the courts during COVID. All these criminal cases got backed up, and because criminals have a right to a speedy trial, which they're not waiving their rights to a speedy trial, the cases are getting dismissed because there isn't enough room. There aren't enough courts. So criminals are getting their cases dismissed because they can't get to court. So the civil cases are behind those. So I have this one case that is not settling, and I don't even know. I can't even plan my life because it's been continued 3 times already, not because of anybody requesting it, but because the court doesn't have the ability to hear the case.
Oh, wow. Huh. Because it doesn't have the time?
Exactly.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Damn. that's messed up. You don't have the time, so damn.
And usually what
And
they
they
used to
probably
do-
know that, right? And they use
Yeah.
that to their advantage, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we're just sitting on these cases, but you know, they tell you like the court is engaged in another trial, so they can't hear your case. But before COVID, it used to be that they would find you another courthouse within that county. Like if the judge that's presiding over the case is busy or engaged in a trial that's not going to end anytime soon, the clerk of the court will assign the parties to another judge, another courtroom. And so you were most likely going to go to trial if your trial date was set. But it's not like that anymore, at least not in California.
Interesting. That's kind of... And then COVID just messed that all up.
Oh, COVID I didn't even know what I was going to do when COVID hit. Deadlines were extended, like the statute of limitations were extended. And that created a big mess because you have people trying to calculate, okay, from the date of the close down to, oh my gosh. And the judge would just like throw up his hands and say, okay, you guys come to an agreement on whether the statute of limitations is passed or not. I'm not going to calculate this for you. So, you know, you'd have to calculate how many days, when was the time to file, you couldn't file because of this, blah, 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 blah. It was just, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, and they knew it, and they would just drag it out, you know. Unfortunately, digital. All right. Yeah. If anybody has that News Nation video, can you send it to me and let me know if we can check that out at some moment? I'd like to. Let's see. Body cam.
That was the most interesting video. Aside from the grub truck, the body cam on the Banfield.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones that I saved from a long time ago too. Let me see. I'm looking for a certain one.
Idaho Revealed, you know that channel. They had Devil on the
I like them.
They had Devil on the Banfield. Wow. I think
I never watched that one.
No, you should watch it.
We were gonna.
You should
Really?
watch it. Yes.
We were gonna, but I never did. Wow, because
Yes.
I remember that.
Oh man.
Yeah, we never did watch that. That's right.
Yes.
1 second.
Kelly is saying watch it. You should watch it. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
we were gonna watch it. No, we were gonna watch it, and then we got busy with something else, and it was one of those videos that we never. We watched one of their other ones. But we didn't get to that one just because of time. And no, that's one from like a couple months ago or something, isn't it?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, hold on. Come on, internet.
Yeah, my internet has been Giving me
I'm
problems.
still waiting for YouTube. This is crazy. But I am going off a mobile hotspot because the other internet's been in and out. I need to get like satellite internet or something, where I'm not even dealing with this bullshit. I'm dealing with the shit up above. Let me see here.
I know. I hate this. I hate the internet crap.
I'm tired of it. Yeah, what's that Elon Musk shit? Starlink or something? What is that?
I don't know. Starlink.
Something. You just throw a frickin' antenna up and... All right, hold on. I'm just trying to get to the videos. All right, Idaho4 revealed. Yeah, let's check this out here.
Devil in the Banfield.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we never watched it. All right, hold on.
You're going to have to read, though.
Oh, for real?
There's some reading involved. Like, you know how the videos are where you have to read?
Oh, shoot, it's playing already, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Question 1.
Why, is it just music? Is it just music or something?
No, I think it's quiet. Oh, there.
Yeah, that's too much. All right, hold on. We're not in church. No. Right? That's how it goes in some of them. No.
Sitting, kneeling, standing, sitting, kneeling, standing.
Right? Some of them are like this. Some of them are like this. Some of them are like, no.
Oh.
Each their own. Each their own. Question 1. On November 13th, 2022, were the body cam cops intentionally placed to control the movement from and to the King Road residence? We've kind of wondered that before. Let me make sure this is saved to my body cam playlist because I definitely want to get back to it in the future. There we go. Question 2, what time did they begin? Question 3, what time did they leave the Banfield location? Question 4, was their vehicle seen by Kane Franchichi's camera? Question 5, is it possible that their white vehicle was the vehicle Brett Payne reported seeing on Indian Hills Drive and Steiner Avenue? Makes you wonder, like I said. 19 to 22,000. Yeah, we got a white car going from here to here to here to here to here. I bet you do. Is it the same one? That's the question. Ooh. They don't talk much? I mean, I've watched a few of their episodes.
Yeah, they do. They do. They also use part of a movie.
They use movies and shit, right?
They use part of movies, yeah.
Can't see chat. Thank you. Good night, Kip Kitty.
Did you read?
All right. Okay. Pay attention. Oh, did I?
No, you're fine.
Pay attention to the activity and the actors involved on the morning of November 13th for an unusually quiet night. Much occurs in the lives of 4 U of I students. Pay attention to the players involved.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Ooh. 1:32 a.m. Corner Club. Oh, that music.
Organ
Between
music.
Oh my gosh! Between 1:33 a.m. and 1:40 a.m. Jackass, they're gonna get you, Maddie. Maddie, I told him everything. There's that white truck.
Mm-hmm.
Grub truck actors 1:40 a.m. to 1:56 a.m. We'll be going into some of that tonight too. Excuse me. Boom. And I got my grub truck notes out too. Let me know if you guys want us to go into grub truck or body cams, because I wouldn't mind going into some grub truck again tonight. There you go, Brandywine. What's up, Stardust? While Showalter heads in the southwest direction, which incidentally is the direction of the 1122 King.
Yep.
Starlink. That's what I need, Starlink. Screw all this other Spectrum shit. Tired of Spectrum. Grub truck, huh? Oh.
Okay, so
it's very different. It's a very different thing. You wake up and you realize it's never going to go away, and it's a very different. It's a very different. 2 a.m. is a dark hour. I can tell you that. We're all.
Boom. Yeah, Spectrum sucks. All
This
right, I
is the
better
movie
mute it
part.
because I'll get copyrighted. Yeah, let me pause it because I'll get copyrighted. I already dealt with this on another video. You can't imagine the amount of editing that I had to do to freaking not get in trouble. I don't know. They must have some kind of special lawyer talk where they can do this shit. I don't know. I don't have it.
So
CJ don't have that.
This was a movie
He
where
just has regular lawyer.
So this was a movie where a hitman comes and has to possibly unalive her because she has information.
It's got to be good, Stardust. He put that spaceman out in space, floating in that top, that reg top. That dude's still spaceman or whatever. He's still floating around. I'm sorry. When he put that guy in outer space, that took over MTV's guy with the flag. No more MTV. Breaking it down, the BodyCam twins 25353, November 13th, 2022. The BodyCam twins.
Oh.
BodyCam police begin filming from Taylor Avenue, University Idaho Banfield, where they began to control movement. Oh yeah, that one. We're gonna go into that one too. But yeah, let me know, grub truck or BodyCam. And see, he's backing out of this property right here. They were already talking to people. I'm wondering if they were. You remember that video? Did you ever see the BodyCam where they were talking to Christmas Jesus sweater?
Yes, and he had taken a sign.
The guy that stole the sign.
Yeah, he had something.
I'm wondering if this.
He had a strap like over him that he did not have when he was at the grub truck.
Yeah, and he also said he had that injury for 3 weeks.
And
that did not look like 3 weeks. I'm sorry, that looked like a damn half of a golf ball sticking out of your forehead. I'm sorry if it took you 3 weeks and that's what it looked like after 3 weeks, then you need to go get your blood checked. Cuz something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. something ain't right with your blood. If your head is sticking out like that 3 weeks later, something ain't right.
From the golf club.
I think this is when that took place, because they're backing up out of this complex here. Stardust. Officer 77 exits vehicle, approaches 3 individuals on Banfield. Officer 77 turns on mic, addresses 3 individuals who were walking towards Sigma Chi. And then at 2:54:23, Officer 77 turns facing Taylor Avenue, begins interacting with 4th individual holding 2 cans in one hand, identifies the individual as student, checks his ID. There we go.
Hey guys, Moscow PD. Come over here, talk to me. Moscow PD. Hey, is that beer? Is that beer in your hand?
Yeah, I'm 21.
You got your ID on you?
I don't.
Okay.
I'll take it back to my apartment if you need.
Those.
Yeah, I'm 21.
Okay, so he just
I'll take it
comes up
back
to
if you
him.
need.
He just comes up to him.
Right, yeah. We'll get into that body cam a little bit later, but yeah, you can see him. He just kind of, he comes up pretty quick, straight to him too.
Like, why would you do that?
Hey guys.
Why would you? Because number one, why are you going towards him? Usually if you see some guy and he's walking that way, wouldn't you want to avoid him?
Oh,
Wouldn't you
God.
want to like try and
Like,
go in another direction and hope that he doesn't turn around and stays focused on those guys up there? No, he's focused on those guys up there, and all of a sudden he's like, whoa, hold on, and turns around. Why are you running to that?
And then the officer says, "Are those your guys?"
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Is that beer? They're just out trying to bust underages. It's part of their little operation, you know, their task force of busting underage drinkers. And it's crazy because nobody has an ID around here, Yolie. Everybody gets asked for an ID. Don't you notice? Nobody has one? How many
Maybe that's
people
why
have
they're
an
taking
ID
pictures.
in any
They're
of these body cams?
Maybe that's why they're taking pictures of IDs.
Maybe. Maybe. That's a good point. It's crazy. Crazy.
Moscow PD. Come over here, talk to me. Moscow.
Yeah, Moscow PD, and all of a sudden, hey, hold on, what?
PD.
Yep. But he's in plain clothes, isn't he?
Hey, is that beer? Is that beer?
What's up? Coming right at him.
Beer in your hand?
Yeah, I'm 21.
You got your ID on you?
I don't.
Okay.
I'll take it back to my apartment if you need.
Alcohol offense, Taylor Avenue, Banfield, 3:01 a.m. Report taken. 3:01.
There was a report taken? Wow.
Officer requested a case, report taken.
So they took a report on this one, but I've seen lots of other ones where it's like no report, no report, no report.
No.
Hmm.
Nope. A lot of intimidation.
Yeah.
A lot of intimidation. You'll see in some of these body cams the intimidation.
Okay. Huh? No, they just took off. I told them to stop, but I'm not going to push it.
No, they just took off. I told them to stop, but I'm not going to push it. Those representing the defendant in this case should acquire all regional footage from the morning beginning at 1 a.m., even that from any neighbors whose cameras vanished. Here's that region. Listen carefully to the dialogue. Officer 1, are these boys yours? Saeed, no, I don't know them. The 3 fraternity students returned from the Sigma Chi area to Bainfield Cam Cops. It is still not 3:01 a.m. This is at 2:56, but they're reporting it at 3:01 a.m.
One. So if that comes back good, yeah, you're free to go. Are these your boys? No, I don't know them. Okay. Thank you. Just hang on there. Yeah, wait till dispatch comes back and says you're good. All right, no worries. You guys taking off on me?
According to the footage on the police body cam, a light-colored vehicle passes westbound on Taylor Avenue in the direction of 1122 King Road. That's at 2:58:29. It has been pinned that this vehicle may have held the assailants who unalived the students at 1122 King Road, but since then the collective opinion of reveals is that the occupants of this vehicle were fixers and movers, individuals whose job was to move things around to make everything appear much different than they really were. I'm going to have to take some notes on this video and do a rewatch on it. No, for real. This is
I've
some
watched it 3
interesting
times.
stuff. Have you?
I haven't. It's just
I never watched it. This is some interesting stuff.
I think I emailed it to you at one point a long time ago when it came out.
You might have.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Good note taking too. Bravo. Because this is one of the body cams we're going to be going into in depth. Yeah, I want to get like a little group together where we watch this stuff and take notes together behind the scenes. Like a little office meeting or something. Call it the think tank. You know, like Vinny does the think tank on Court TV. We'll have a real think tank though. The Brain Stew crew.
The Brain
November
Trust.
13th. There's
Brain
a
Trust.
t-shirt right there. Brain Stew crew.
That's a good one.
November 13th, 2022, the unaliver was inside the residence at 2 a.m. and left an hour later after movers arrived in one type of vehicle. I feel like they were there before 3 a.m. or at 3 a.m., not no 4 a.m. 2 a.m., huh? 2 a.m. Okay. Please hit the like if you haven't yet. It's the free way to help. Inadvertent call. Definitely come hang out tomorrow. We'll be at noon. We'll be having Typically Unique, noon Eastern. Typically Unique, her and her husband will be joining the show. We'll just be having a conversations with CJ, noon Eastern. November 13th, 2022, the body cam looks towards Sigma Chi and back to Taylor for potential witnesses. Here we go, everybody. At 3 and 42 seconds, 59-77, are you going to be issuing? 30046, suspicious truck drives away from the area of 1122 King Road residence. Is that the truck that keeps driving by in the grub truck?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I bet it is. I'm
But it looks
telling
like
you,
it has a
this,
bed.
the grub truck and the body cam are going to be connected, huh?
That truck looks like it has a bed.
I'm
Are
not-
you talking about the
I'm not.
diesel
I'm not
engine?
interested. Yeah, I'm not talking. I don't care what it looks like right now at this moment.
You're just going
I'm
by the
listening
sounds?
to this. Yeah, yeah. I'll go by the pictures second. The sounds, I'm going off of first because that's the best thing that I can compare in the beginning, and then after that, I'll kind of work with what's left. I bet because there is a truck. This is why I'm saying, like, I think the grub truck and the body cam's gonna show a freaking pattern, because I really feel like somebody was fucking circling the grub truck in the property.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling like somebody was going. When we did the deep dive of the grub truck, I feel like we heard part of it. That's why I'm like, man, we got to go into the body cam, because I bet you we see this, and then we see this, and I bet you it's a continuous fucking loop, and we can get that continuous loop off of using both of those together, off of the timestamps and what vehicles are driving by, because this is the road right here.
So creepy.
Because that freaking grub truck is on for like 3 hours before, right? So it's gonna catch what's going on at the Banfield.
You'll be able to hear, yeah.
It's gonna catch what's going on at the right, and we can compare it to whether the girls are there or not. It don't fucking matter. Somebody's circling that.
Yeah,
My internet's bugging out. Somebody's circling.
Yes,
we're gonna
and
be
the
able to-
original time is likely the right time, because anytime you have a first thought or first thing, it's usually right. And then when they start altering it, it's more like they're starting to alter it because why? Because there might be a suspect that might fit something. Like it might, the later date might help, get another suspect. I don't know.
Yeah. This is interesting right here, because that's what I'm feeling right there. And it was that damn beefy truck. At first it was the soup can, the soupy can, and a beefy truck. And this is the beefy truck right here.
Yeah,
this is the beefy truck.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. And then remember the vroom vroom and the what is that, Twitch?
Yeah, all the creepy ass shit from the group. Yeah, I just call them the group. The sick bastards. Yeah, the sick fucking bastards. Yeah, we're at 3 minutes, huh? I kind of want to get into this body cam first. This body cam right here. We still got more of this episode to watch, though. Very good episode. Thank you guys, and thank you, Yolie, for bringing it up again.
Yeah. Very intriguing.
I'm gonna. Yeah. We're gonna go back to this. When we're done with this video, we're going to the body cam that's going to show this, and I'm going to. We're going to take a look at that, and I'm going to take a look at the grub truck during
The
that
vroom.
same time period
Yes.
too. Not about the vroom. No, no, no. This 3 minute here. I'm going to look 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after this taking place, because I want to see what happens at grub truck when this vehicle either I want to, you know what, 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after this timestamp. I want to know if this truck was doing a loop from grub truck, and I want to know if they made it back up to grub truck after doing that loop. I want to see if it came before and after on the grub truck. So at 3 hours. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to take a potty break real quick. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. You've seen this, right? So we're good? All right.
Yes, I've seen it. So
We'll
we're good.
continue to watch this. Okay.
$59.77. Are you gonna be issuing? Copy. I'll bring him over and write out one myself. All right, guys, come on over here.
Again, but this time slower. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it again real quick. Hold on.
$59.77. Are you gonna be issuing?
Okay, so when he says 59.77, are you gonna be issuing?
Copy. I'll bring him over and.
That didn't sound too beefy to me. Let me pause my music. That didn't sound too beefy to me.
$59.77. Are you gonna be issuing? Copy. I'll bring him over and write out one.
I hear tires. I don't hear beefy.
$59.77. Are you gonna be issuing?
I hear tires. Why wouldn't I hear beefy over tires? You know, diesel, you know, like, you know, diesel, beefy. I just hear tires, roaring tires. Yeah, I don't hear the beefy. I hear an engine. It's just not, you know, I'm horrible at, I'm not here. Listen to, I don't hear a beefy engine. I just hear big tires. Yeah, the big tires. It's about a 6 to 5 minute distance from here to the grub truck. 5 to 6 minutes.
$59.77. Are you gonna be issuing?
Yeah.
Copy. I'll bring him over and write out one myself. All right, guys, come on over here.
I just hear tires. I don't hear beefy truck. Where's the beef? That's right, Stardust. Where's the beef? Wendy's sounds good, actually. It's good stuff. I don't hear the dispatcher. Yeah, I don't either. That's a good point, Yolie.
He's like talking, and it's
That's
like,
good. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm not hearing beefy sounds.
5977, are you going to be issuing? Copy. I'll bring him over and write out one myself. All right, guys. Come on over here.
Whoa. They have earpieces. Once the suspicious... Hold on, let me turn on the music again here. Once the suspicious black truck clears the King Road residence area, and while the fixers are still inside, it is okay to move the students from the U of I property into a physical position where we'll be able to record incident as a 3:01 a.m. incident. Who phoned in the complaint and what time was the call recorded?
we don't know.
I need to make a K-cup here in a second. November 13th, 2022. What time did this vehicle enter the King Road area? Revealed theory. This is vehicle X. Both the MPD and Kane Frantish have referred to vehicle Z by many names. Three hours, 47 seconds, the last of the brake light. 3:02:05 to 16 a.m. Banfield cop gets asked if the bushy-eyebrowed student is still there with him. Negative. He's been released from the scene. Thank you, though. Huh.
Why?
Bushy eyebrow.
Very interesting.
They just refer to people as bushy eyebrowed, huh?
Good. Negative. He's been released from the scene. Thank you, though.
From the scene.
Released from the
He's
scene.
been released from the scene.
Right.
I don't know.
From the
How about
scene.
he's just been released? What kind of scene
From
was
the
there?
scene. Right.
Good.
I have the unblurred version. That's the one we'll be going into. I have the unblurred version of it.
Negative. He's been released from the scene. Thank you, though.
Huh. In the future, I know it might seem like it's weird that cops walk around in plain clothes, but we do have a job to do, so... Yeah, we've already went through all that footage before, Mama. We're just kind of going through it again. Fresh notes is what this is called. We went through all this stuff a long time ago.
The future.
Covering the cases that came out.
I know it might seem like it's weird that cops walk around in plain clothes, but we do have a job to do, so
That's loud. So the police were not called about this incident. The police just happened to be in the area for enough time in which a car went towards 1122 King Road, allowing a suspicious black truck to pass from 1122 and ultimately for a vehicle to drive away on Taylor Road, all in a span of 22 minutes. We'll be going through the unedited one. .253:53. Cops supposedly arrived at the U of I band field in plainclothes and an unmarked car. And backing away out of that parking lot of that complex there. 258:35. Car arrives at King Road. Black truck leaves King Road area 3 a.m. Boom. Car approaches toward King Road 312. Runners emerge. The runners. In the background. Oh, hold on. Is it not playing it or what? Between 312:34 and 312:38. Everybody remember that. About 10 seconds. Three, two, one. See right over here. See right here in this. See where my cursor's at?
I see it.
You see where my cursor's at? Watch. That's what they. I have a video that zooms in on that. Okay. But in about 10 seconds, watch. You'll see it. You'll see when it gets zoomed in. You can see it. It's people. This little dot right here. See? Did you see people walking by? When it zoomed up, you can see it's people. I'm gonna rewind it again a little bit more. It's right after he picks up his clipboard and then drops it back down. Look over in that little area right here where my cursor is. He'll pick up his clipboard. Now bring it back down. Now watch. I'm gonna slow it down. Okay. We'll go 0.25. I'm going to mute it so you guys don't get your ears torn up. He'll bring his clipboard to him, sets it back down. Now you'll start 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to zoom in full screen and give you guys a closer view. We're playing it at 0.25. Again, he's going to lift up his clipboard once he drops it. Watch, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4. Picks up his clipboard in a couple seconds, drops it back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're almost there. Picks it up. Drops it down. Get ready. One, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we watch the zoomed in version, you'll see it's people. You can tell it's people. It's obvious it's people. Now, running, I don't know. Moving quick, yes. I don't know about running, though. So that's definitely a part we're going to be checking out in the unedited as well. Great video. Thank you for referring it, Yolie. One of those gems I missed from before. All right. Let's go to regular speed now. I'll go ahead and rewind it again, and then we'll keep playing after this. Fast-paced walking, something, yes.
All right.
All right, it says, sorry, I'm making a K-cup. 2 minutes from when the westbound car passed, 1 minute and 38 seconds from seeing the runners. Is it possible? It is possible and very probable that both car and runners are heading eastbound a final time.
Yeah, what state is licensed out of Idaho? Height?
6'3".
97 seconds later at 3:51 a.m., body cam cops ticket the last of the 3 students. Cops finished at Banfield after the crime took place. MPD's fight against underage drinking campaign, ? I only saw 4. I didn't see 5, sorry. But I'm not at the water cooler, so I don't know for sure.
You can see it. Copy. Any questions?
No.
All right, we're good to go.
Thank you.
Stay fresh tonight, man.
As conveniently selective as their war against substances, we're not here for the alcohol. You never hear these cops say we're not here for the substances because alcohol is a priority.
In other words, it doesn't make sense. It should be both. Substances and
It
alcohol.
should be. It should be. Just like when they were asking for people to come forward with tips, don't worry, we're not worried about your activities. They're not worried about it. It's an interesting point. 15 seconds later at 3:16:06 a.m., 2 body cam police get into a car, turn off camera. We'll be getting into this body cam here.
Moscow 77.
So it says at 3:31 a.m., Cops drive to the Identity Apartments at 1006 South Main Street, less than a mile south of the grub truck, located at 318 South Main Street, downtown Moscow. Thanks to the creator of YouTube's Truth and Transparency channel covering the Idaho4 case, we have this piece of info. We can now do the math to answer a long burning question. Shout out Truth and Transparency. Appreciate you. So 3:31 a.m., we know that the Banfield police left their Taylor Avenue location at 3:16 a.m., showing up at the Identity Apartments on South Main at 3:31 a.m. Were the girls at the corner club being watched by police that night? Question mark. The Banfield police had 15 minutes from Taylor Avenue at 3:16 a.m. until 3:31 a.m. when they arrived at 1006 South Main. I don't want to get in trouble for that music. 3:26 a.m., a review of camera footage indicated that a white sedan, hereafter suspect vehicle 1, was observed traveling westbound in the 700 block of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow. Page 5 of Brett Payne's affidavit of probable cause. And then it has highlighted on this video, it appeared suspect's vehicle 1 was not displaying a front license plate.
So therefore, it was Koberger's car.
One of the 19 to 22,000 cars, yes.
Yeah.
And when you have that many people driving that car in that small area, I can see how you think you have somebody's car all up and down where you want him to be. Even if it is 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 19 to 22,000 vehicles in a small area.
And maybe
it's almost like they had a sale, buy one, get one, you know?
remember that. You know,
Yeah.
it might be that somebody who wanted to commit a crime would remove their license plate, their front license plate.
Yeah, they would already, right?
Could be.
They would already. And it's just, it's so convenient.
Uh-huh.
Never have a picture of a plate. It's so convenient.
You know, nowadays where they have Amber Alerts with license plates, they have all these things, you know, silver alerts, license plates. You know, cameras are able to capture that. Why in this long trip of a road all over Moscow did they not even get his license plate? I'll never know, but that's fatal. To me, that's fatal. That regardless of whether the phone ping, it's fatal because you cannot prove that it's Koberger's car. Just can't.
How can you at 3 or 4 in the morning, unless you have a license, you know, not a license plate, but unless you have another distinct feature that differentiates his vehicle from all the other ones, how do you prove? If you don't have a plate and you don't have a distinct feature, because you didn't release it to the public when you wanted to try and catch this person for a month and a half.
Right.
So how do you prove that it's him? Oh, because cell phone tower is being utilized, that also that also the 1122 property utilizes as well. Okay. That means that he was going down 700 Indian Hills, Steiner Avenue, Taylor Avenue, and all this other.
It's a farce. They can't prove it.
When dude
And-
could have been.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, he just could have been driving around.
Yeah,
Like he stated.
Well, I would think that would be the truth. I've heard people say that was a big mistake to say that, blah blah blah. Well, if it's the truth, it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth. Like, you don't lie. He wasn't in bed. We know he was up at night cleaning. So is it unreasonable to think that he might be driving around at night? Is it unreasonable to think that he might be out seeking medication? No, it's not. But what baffles me is the judge who read the probable cause affidavit. Well, they make a lot of points like this white car going here and there and there. Then we saw it going there and there and there. But like, I'm just wondering if the judge who authorized the arrest warrant actually realized, like, there's no license plate. How do they know it was that car?
Because they what is going on with
because they said it.
Internet. Hold on one second.
It might be my internet too. It's been acting up.
Yeah, mine is too.
I think everybody's. I don't know what's going on.
Let me try this. All right, we'll just do that. All right. What were we saying? Sorry.
We were talking about why the judge would not have caught that.
Oh,
there was no license plate.
Because they were giving him all this other info. Why would we need to give you a license plate when our PCA is stating that the cell phone GPS tracking is tracking him at all these locations, and they got the DNA on the sheath and all this other stuff.
But you have to assume.
So why?
You have to assume.
Why would he think he needed a plate? Why would he think he needed a plate when the prosecution's giving him this Christmas stocking? It's a small community. They go to the same Denny's on a Sunday. They're probably like, just trust us.
So where's the proof? Where is the proof that the phone was in the car? Where is the proof that the phone pings and the phone was in the car? I mean,
his
it could have.
phone was pinging.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Okay,
phone
so
was
they're
pinging
assuming.
until
They're
2:42 a.m.
Yeah. And they're assuming that because the phone was pinging and they see a white car, that it was him. But he could have been jogging for all, running at night.
He could
But
have.
he wasn't.
Look, his phone turned off when he was going down the road, and then he supposedly went. Let me bring up the map. He went north when you would think he was going west. Okay,
Yes.
Hold on. Let me bring it up. Show you guys. All right. So supposedly, okay, he was coming down. Now let's see. Where is? Let's see. Hold on. I don't have my normal map because I'm on my new computer now, and it wouldn't give me the humongous link. Okay.
I know how you feel. Sometimes you just wish to go back to the old.
Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So supposedly, right, they got him going this way on Stadium Way, okay? Coming this way, Stadium Way. All right. And then they got him going north on Nevada. If you're going north on Nevada, you're going to all these college buildings. Okay? Who says that he didn't just leave his frickin' apartment, come over here to park, and then he was going to go for a jog
Yeah.
around all of the college buildings and parking lots where he knew he would be safe because he's a student and he's in a college section, right? There'd be guards, there'd be security, there'd be personnel around. So if you're going to go jog late at night, wouldn't you go jog around your college buildings?
Yes.
That's what I thought. If he's
But
not driving anywhere, and especially if he's going north. But then it says they got him coming down this way, getting caught at this gas station, and then driving this gas station right here, Pullman Sunset Mart. Supposedly he's on surveillance there, coming this way to 270 as he's going in to Moscow.
Yeah. You know, looking at it, if I were a judge, let's say, because I could qualify to be a judge, and if I were a judge and I was looking at a search, at an arrest warrant, okay, I would scrutinize that thing like you wouldn't believe. And I would say, okay, you don't have a license plate. You don't have video of him going into the house. You have somebody identifying him by bushy eyebrows and some kind of not athletically built, but, or whatever she said. Yeah, you got to give me more. And this DNA that you found on the sheet, well, you know,
Well, you're from a big city.
Yeah. That's
You're
true.
from a big city. You're not from these little communities where they know Bobby's freaking sister's aunt and y'all are fucking connected 3 cousins down the road. You know what I mean?
It's
like
true.
It's like,
Very
hey,
true.
listen, just trust us. Okay. Look, you've already handed me a piece of paper that says a whole bunch of this and this and that. Well, I mean, you guys, it looks pretty compelling. Okay. I don't see anything wrong. Like, yes, the judge should have done more homework when it came to it, but at the same time, that's what I was saying when we were in. Thank you, by the way, for giving me the Blaker search warrant statement. Just like when I was reading through that, it's the same thing. I was reminding everybody before we were getting into it, keep in mind, they're going off of the PCA from Moscow PD, just like the judges. They are trusting that these individuals are being honest and have done their fucking homework. So they are trusting, judge, and the WSU are trusting that Moscow did their fucking homework. I don't have any fault with them believing, because listen,
No,
they're coming from a position where they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I read it. That's why I
They
sent
ha-
it to you, because well, that's why I sent it to you. So.
Yeah, they're coming from a position where why would they, or why should they not expect that those people are coming with their fucking homework, you know?
Yeah.
And they should, because that they're in the same profession. They're in the same, inner workings, everything. They should be able to. But
Yes,
it's
the judge,
when,
however,
you know,
see, they're taking the PCA's word, backing up what's in the PCA.
they have to.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have to, but they
they
do.
make clear that that's what they're doing. they make clear that that's what they're doing. They're
Oh
taking
yeah,
the
and the
word.
Washington one.
Yeah, in the Washington.
Right in the beginning, I applauded it, Yolie. I applauded it because I was like, wow, this is how it should be. Like
Yeah.
they're basically saying, look, hey, we're doing this because of what we were given. Now,
Yes.
if it comes out in the future that this is inadmissible, well, we want everybody to understand the reason that we performed the search warrant was because of what they provided. Totally,
Yeah.
like I applauded WSU, all of the people in the document. Like that was top notch. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Transparent, open. Wanted nothing but the facts, the truth, the case. Like like totally legit. Totally legit. Like I applauded everything in that document because it showed proof. It showed
the differences. You see the differences between Moscow, Idaho, and the Washington police. You see the differences, and so going back to the judge who signed off on the and I'm talking about the arrest warrant, not necessarily the warrants. The warrants, maybe there might have been enough in that PCA to get warrants for his home, but for an arrest. And an arrest in the way that it was done with the FBI,
the way it
happened.
So
to me, you read that PCA and you think, okay, so this then means that he's so dangerous, he's such a flight risk, he has weapons, he's gonna lash out if they try to arrest him. So we need to go in there with all force. Breaking windows. We need to go in there. I don't know. It's a disconnect to me.
To not even be brought in for questioning.
Yeah,
Number one.
It's totally.
They even did that with Chris Watts. You know what I'm saying? They knew Chris Watts did that shit before they even brought him in. And they still brought him in for questioning.
Yeah.
It's just like why you got a cleaning crew cleaning the day you arrest him before the defense even has an opportunity to come in. You're trying to clean that shit up. What did you already get taken out of there? You got the Washington Plate Cowboys going in there, the jiggle, jiggle, jiggle van. Washington Plate Cowboys going in there. Who says who knows what they did? They came in there a few times. This is a long time before the defense.
Before the defense got in there, yeah.
Yeah. And you heard Fry on that interview earlier in this episode when they were asking him if it was still a crime scene, and it wasn't a crime scene, but it was still their crime, their scene. So it was being secured.
This is all very bizarre to me. This is why.
That's what let the Washington Plate Cowboys go back in there still, because it was still secured.
Yep.
They cleaned the air ducts. Yeah, they had an HVAC crew come. I actually came across that video when I was doing my prep.
Well, why did they clean the air ducts?
Why?
Because of the blood?
I'll show you
smell?
the video.
No, but why? Why? Was it because of the blood and the smell?
But it's a regular HVAC, I think. It's not, I don't think it's a restoration. And you got to have special, like way special equipment to be cleaning that up. Yeah, I thought maybe, what I thought is they went in there to get, I thought it had something to do with filters and trying to see if they could collect any kind of DNA from the person that committed the crime through the filters in the air ducts is what I thought. But I don't know. Who says it was an air duct company? Anybody can slap a sticker on a van. Anybody can slap a sticker on a van.
Yeah.
Anybody can. I mean, let me see. I have it here. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. because I came across it and I was like, ooh, I forgot about this one right here.
Simple question is this. Sure, seeing an HVAC repair person showing up underneath crime tape and going into an active crime scene raises a lot of eyebrows. Could it be as simple as they needed to just keep the heat on, or could an investigator actually seek the professional assistance of somebody who knows air ducts and air systems?
I think that's really the two ends of the spectrum, isn't it? Actually, it's possible that this could be as benign as the heating went out on the building and they needed to get that thing going again, or it could be more complex. It could be that they are calling in professionals to assist the crime scene investigators in collecting filters and any evidence they could get from the filtration system of the home, the air ducts and other areas. Or it could be something as simple as they want to go back and take another look at the forensics inside of the home, and humidity is a problem, and they want to try to change the humidity in there so that they have a little better chance of collecting some evidence that otherwise is more difficult to see when you have lower humidity. So I think you got to kind of look at it from both ends of the spectrum, not get too focused on one or the other until they release a little information. And frankly, it could be preparatory now that we're seeing all of this evidence start to leave the home. It could be preparatory to starting some disaster cleanup, including cleaning up that HVAC system.
So, people online speculated they're looking in the air ducts for the missing knife, etc. And that is definitely not something that you would, bring in the HVAC guy for. However, I did wonder about intake systems. For instance, if some part of a crime scene or a struggle happened near an intake, I wondered if that might be something that an investigator would say, there may be clothing fibers, there may be skin cells of the perpetrator that went into this air intake. Would that be something that the investigators themselves could harvest, or would they need a professional? And could that professional do it in a way that wouldn't taint the evidence or the crime scene?
Yeah, I think that's where it really gets tricky, because we don't know if this individual was working in tandem with CSI to collect pieces of evidence. They have equipment like snakes with cameras on it that law enforcement could be leaning upon just to snake the ventilation system and see if there's anything that jumps out at them. If you said, I want to have somebody clean my ductwork, they're going to show you how ugly your ductwork looks by running a camera down there. So it may be that they have sophisticated equipment to allow them to do that. Or it could.
You would think that heat would create the adverse effect of what you're trying to maintain and contain, right? You add heat to that, it's going to create bacteria and parasites to grow. You keep it cool. It's almost like a refrigeration process. It kind of preserves it in a way.
Yeah.
So if anything, you want it to be as cold as shit in there.
Yeah.
So why would you need the heat?
I don't know. That's what's so weird.
To contaminate? Because it would contaminate it with heat, would it not? It would contaminate the...
I don't know.
The fluid. It would alter the structure of the chemicals because of the bacteria that's on it. So then it alters compounds.
Well, also...
So the pipes didn't freeze? I mean, yeah.
But also...
I can see that.
The tests that are done. When was this in relation to when they were inside the house looking at everything? All the investigators?
This wasn't very much longer. Here, let me show you the date. December 7th.
Okay.
So this had to be a day or two before. A day before, I'm guessing, plus or minus. It could have happened that morning and they talked about it. It could have happened the day before, or the day before the day before, because it could have been on a weekend too. So plus or minus a day. I'm just so just a few weeks.
Oh, HVAC does both. Lilith is saying that HVAC does both. in Florida.
Refrigeration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Very strange.
Could be as specific as saying we want to very systematically remove the filters. We want to pull each individual cover to the HVAC system, and then look at that. And why not have an expert with us on the front end while the actual crime scene experts are backing them up and collecting things that they may or may not find. But again, I kind of go back to this whole idea of they're getting pretty close to what appears to be winding down. Could it be that they're starting to look at disaster cleanup, or maybe the heat went out?
Or maybe the heat went out. One last question. I only have 30
That's
seconds
not
left. But
funny.
since you were the director of a cold case unit, you are the perfect person to ask.
Why would you make a fucking joke like that? I don't know. It's just me.
A lot of people are.
Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know. Why would you make a joke about a crime like that? It's just a few weeks after. Maybe the heat went out. I mean, come on, man. You didn't even have to say that shit.
Rumbling has this case
Maybe it's just
gone
me.
cold.
Sorry.
Well, no, but
Be the
sometimes
arbiter of what cold case.
Sometimes
I mean, I have worked a lot.
No,
like,
sometimes
yeah, go
people
ahead.
need to release some nervousness, or they may need to like make light of it because they're nervous
This
or it
this
causes.
dude's a professional. He's
Yeah,
a
but
podcaster. He's in front of the camera all the time. This dude does it in hotels, travels.
yeah,
He's not
profiling people.
nervous. He's not
Well,
nervous.
no,
Yeah,
not
he's not
nervous,
nervous.
but maybe it conjures up some, the crimes conjure up something in his mind, and he has to like make a joke about it, like to release this whatever he sees in his mind. I have no idea. I'm just
I mean,
speculating.
it
Yeah,
smells like.
you shouldn't be on camera.
Hold on
Then.
a minute. I'm gonna be back in a second. It
Oh my
smells
God!
like
Please.
fucking smell again. Hold on.
Oh no, not another issue. I don't know. I tried to think that maybe he's just trying to like, I don't know, but there's really no excuse. I mean, seriously. And look at his smile. He's smiling. Everything okay? Is everything okay, CJ?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no, I got a new candle yesterday just to try and help with the scent. Try and help with the scent. And it smelled like, I think the wick is burning out so much that it started smelling like somebody was cooking a Tostino's pizza in the oven, and I ain't cooking one in the oven. And last time this fire popped off, it smelled like somebody was lighting the oven or had a grill going or something. And I just kind of was like, that smells familiar. But no, it's the candle wick, I think. Yeah, the candle burning too long, maybe. The candle wick, the top of it is like a big ball. The wick is, so I don't know. I know pizza does sound good, don't it? Fuck, I've been wanting pizza for weeks and I just never get it. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to check. It just smelled, I don't know. It just brought back some crazy ass fucking memories. And I was like, not again. Not again, man. You know what? I really need to I really should have my shit positioned in a way where I can bounce at a moment's notice and still have my shit. Because I was lucky to even... All right, anyway. Yes, pizza at work. So yes, this guy making jokes.
Case
Yeah, I
actually
know.
means, and when you start to actually bring in...
Sorry.
I know it's kind of like in bad taste. I was just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he's still smiling there.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's just smiling.
Yeah.
I would not be smiling.
I don't know. No. It's bad taste.
in
Thank you. I
people,
appreciate it.
you know, like my
Trust me, I'm glad I'm good because I freaking I'm smelling it right now and it brought back some. I was like, oh shit. I don't like to get up during a live or nothing like that. I had to because I was like, oh my god, why in the hell is that smell again? Is somebody No.
Mike King and the cold case unit.
You know, I think cold case is really a tough word, and it's almost definitional by jurisdiction, but I don't think this is in any way, shape, or form close to being cold. I think they have hundreds of tips that they're still trying to follow up on. They have hundreds of things that they're developing. They have a ton of kids that went away for Thanksgiving and now the holidays and haven't come back to school that they haven't had the chance to interview one-on-one. A video interview doesn't quite cut the same interview as being able to look into someone's face and see the reactions as they go through things. So I think they're a long ways from this being cold. That said, you got to treat it like a cold case and start bringing all the resources you can to support. And this department has done a pretty impressive job of rallying the state and federal resources to back them up. It doesn't look like there are real egos that are standing in the way of trying to find the truth.
It's important to mention that because the state and the FBI don't talk much. They really work behind the scenes, and they could be doing a heck of a lot of work that no one knows about. So while everyone's screeching that there, doesn't seem to be anything happening, there could be a lot happening. Mike, I sure hope you're going to come back on the show. It was really enlightening. Thank you for this. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, make another joke like that. Maybe I'm just pooped.
No.
I've been working my ass
I was
in the
just
background
thinking,
too.
I was just thinking, like, what if I made a joke or like that would be, no, I don't think I would do that in that circumstance. No way. In front of national news media.
No. Hell no. I don't know. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they need to turn the heat on. Dude, if I was the dad, I'd be like, "You son of a bitch!" Like, oh, that would have pissed me. I would have been like, "Dude, come on, man! Like, there's a time and a place for shit like that." News Nation is not one of them. The Elbow Room down the street, yeah, that's one of them. The Comedy Club, sure. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a long day. I got a long day tomorrow too. I got 3 shows again tomorrow. I got Typically Unique at noon. Her and her husband. We're gonna be having conversations with CJ. Oh, thank you so much, Typically Unique. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and promote these shows that we got going tomorrow. We got a couple with some guests here. We got Conversations with CJ, Typically Unique, her and her husband. Let me show that real quick. Conversations with CJ. Wish I could make it bigger. How do I make it bigger? I guess I can. Conversations with CJ. That'll be tomorrow at noon Eastern. Then at 4:00 p.m. Eastern, we'll be having the architect on, and we'll be talking the Emily Noble case. So we have the architect, and we have Typically Unique tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we'll be having our true crime show. So I'll be having 3 shows tomorrow. And then Sunday, I would like to do a sports show at some point. But, we'll be back talking true crime Sunday night. And then we're going to have a game night coming up too. I'm going to be going through some of these games now that I know that we got Jackbox. So Jackbox is another game I want to get everybody playing again, because now we used to have limitations before, because I used to have to stream it from Xbox to then Twitch, then from Twitch to StreamYard, then to YouTube. But now we're just going from the computer to StreamYard and YouTube. So we can do all of these Jackbox games. Everything, you know how like we were on a 5-second delay before? There's not going to be a delay anymore. So these Jackbox games are going to work out great. We're going to be getting Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, all of the other games that we played on Xbox, we're going to be getting on the computer here. Plus, we have some other cool games too. Choose Your Own Adventure games, which are a lot of fun. We did episode 1 at the lounge the other night, and that was really fun. Having that,
That was fun.
pretty cool. So, yeah, it was. It's like watching a movie, and you kind of get to like choose as you're going. It's really fun.
Well, CJ gets
we'll
to
be doing
choose because
that.
by the time we type in, he's already chosen.
Well, how about? Well, I can open it up to panel. We can have panel up there too, because if I only got like 3 seconds to choose, so
I know.
you almost have. I've missed
I know by the
I've
time,
missed some questions.
yeah.
'Cause they go so fast, but yeah, it would be cool. So I'm gonna go ahead. I got a long day tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do even before I get on. I still got a lot of work to do tonight, but I haven't been able to game too much, and I'm gonna do some gaming tonight. So if you want to come hang out with me at the lounge, please do. I will be over there playing a couple things, doing some testing. So if you want to come hang out, listen to music, and then kind of watch me play this or play that, test out different things, come on over. Otherwise, come hang out tomorrow at noon, 4 o'clock, and tomorrow evening. We'll be having all sorts of shows tomorrow. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you, Yolie, for hopping up on panel. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the documents too. And
All right.
yeah, if you guys want to hang out, just come on over to the lounge. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll get into more of this body stuff tomorrow.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mhm.
I need to take some more notes on that Idaho4 revealed video.
Yeah,
sure.
I watched it 3 times, I think, before I really
Yeah.
got. It's crazy. All right, see you guys.
I'm gonna have to take a look in the behind the scenes. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, good
See you at
night.
the lounge, or I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.